You're listening to TurkishSoccer.com's Turkish Football Podcast. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another jam-packed podcast show. Next 15 minutes, we'll talk about what happened in the past weekend. We'll preview the upcoming matches, and we'll give you inside information from Turkish Super Lig and Turkish football. My name is Ahmet Bob Turgut. Welcome. Well, as we go into the week 26, we just played week 25. There are 12 weeks to go. Pretty much after Trabzonspor reaching the 60-point mark, we could call them the champions so far. Technically not. But the way it's the league shaped so far, there's no one is going to catch Trabzonspor right now. Not even the second place Konyaspor. As you know, in the past weekend, week 25, the first place team hosted second place team, Konyaspor. Trabzonspor beat them in their home nest 2-1. And, you know, sometimes when you do a transfer in the mid-season, and one guy comes into your team, he connects with all the players and with your coach, with the whole organization. Eren Biska came from Başakşehir to Trabzonspor. As you know, he is former player that played for Abdullah Avcı when Abdullah Avcı coached Başakşehir. He scored 2 of those goals against Konyaspor this past weekend. And he was the reason that Trabzonspor won this match 2-1. And Trabzonspor, after week 25, sits on top of Turkish Super Lig with 60 points. And guess what? Nobody talks about Trabzonspor first place and their success in the Turkish Super Lig, while we're talking about the disaster season for the big guns of Istanbul. Beşiktaş, Fenerbahçe, Galatasaray, they are in the same boat. Can you imagine in one season, in the same season, when your big guns of Istanbul, Beşiktaş, Fenerbahçe, and Trabzonspor, Galatasaray are trailing Trabzonspor like 20 points, 22 points, and 31 points behind the first place. That is insane. That is shameful. The reason why I'm saying this, all this 3 big Turkish clubs, Galatasaray, Fenerbahçe, Beşiktaş, they are in turmoil. I will talk about the details. Right now, the one that who is in very dangerous place is Galatasaray. Ever since Domi Torn took the team 5 matches ago, he's been with the team 5 weeks. He has no wins so far, ever since Fatih Terim left the team. Very crucial mistakes by Galatasaray officials. It's happening. Same mistakes is going around with Fenerbahçe and Beşiktaş. I'm telling you, I have not seen a season, this kind of season, when your big guns are trailing the first place team like 20 points, 22 points, and Galatasaray, guess what? They're in the 13th place with 31 points behind the first place team, Trabzonspor. It is a shameful for these teams, and it is shameful for Turkish football. It has been a disastrous year so far for these big clubs. There are no more big clubs. I can tell you that. The mistakes they're making inside the field and outside the field. They're making mistakes every week. And they're getting worse. If Galatasaray doesn't win this weekend, coming up on Monday, against Göztepe in Izmir, they're going to be in the relegation zone. This is bad for Turkish football. This is bad for Turkish football fans. This is bad for Galatasaray fans and Galatasaray team. Because, let's face it, you might not like them, but Galatasaray is one of the top teams that used to be for many years in the Turkish football. To see them in this position that they never been, it is shameful. It is awful. Whoever did this, we blame to everyone that started the season. Started right from above. The Galatasaray officials, let's face it, the blame has to go to Fatih Terim too. He's not 100% clean because he's the one made these transfers in the beginning of the season, and he's the one said okay to Burak Elmas to coach the team, take over this Galatasaray team. He's the one that called all these players to the Galatasaray team. But the mistakes were made after he left too. They are still making mistakes with Galatasaray team because what I know from the reporting from Turkish news, they just hired sporting director, Italian sports director, Pasquale Sensible. They will have a sports director in Galatasaray team now. It is not the time to have a sports director while you already have a coach. If you want to start a brand new thing, then you start hiring sports director and start fresh. Let sports director choose his own coach. You cannot do this in the middle of the season when you already have a coach who's Spanish and you're hiring sports director who's Italian. And they're going to be dealing with Turkish fans and Turkish football. That's something wrong there. Burak Elmas and his committee is making a lot of mistakes. They are making a lot of mistakes. That's why Galatasaray fans are very upset. They can't sleep every night. They're on Twitter. They're on all over the social media. They are in turmoil. The team is in turmoil, and the Galatasaray fans are in turmoil too. They are pretty much in crisis. Let's face it. Put it in general, the Turkish Super Lig is generally in crisis. Because there isn't a week that goes by that someone doesn't complain about the referees. This weekend, after Adana Demirspor Beşiktaş match, Adana Demirspor club president, the way he talked, it was shameful. And then he talked about the referees, and he talked about the federation. And to see some president of the club to talk like that, you could tell things are not going good in the Turkish Super League. So, kudos to Trabzonspor. As we go into week 26, we have 12 weeks to play the rest of the season, pretty much with 60 points. Trabzonspor, we know that they're going to be keeping that first place. And the second place, right now, Konyaspor is in second place with 48 points. But you might have either Adana, Başakşehir, Alanya, Mike try to get their second place, but I doubt it. The fight will be for third place in this league, and also fight will be the relegation zone. Who will go down to a lower level at the end of the season? We don't know yet. We know Yeni Malatya is pretty much done. They have only 16 points. But teams like Altay, with 22 points. Rizespor with 23 points. Giresunspor with 26. Göztepe with 27. And Antalya 28. And Kasımpaşa and Galatasaray 13th place. Galatasaray with 29 points. These teams from 20th place to 13th place teams are candidate to be going down to the lower division. So whoever doesn't win their matches, they're going to be in trouble. So week 26, we saw one thing. We know after week 25, week 25, we know Trabzonspor captured the 60 point and they're pretty much looking good on top of the Turkish Super Lig. They are looking like a champions. Congratulations to them. Now, let's get to week 26. We'll start on Friday. There will be 2 matches on Friday and 3 matches on Saturday. And Sunday there will be 4 matches. And Monday will be 1 match. Now, remember one thing. Göztepe Galatasaray match is on Monday. Until then, all the teams that blow Galatasaray are playing their matches. If Kasımpaşa, who is with 28, and Antalya, and Giresun wins their match, we might see Galatasaray going down from further from 13th place to somewhere to 16th place before Monday. Look at these matches. On Friday, week 26, we'll have Rizespor hosting Başakşehir. Very good match. And Konyaspor will host Kasımpaşa. Another good match. On Saturday, there are 3 matches. Yeni Malatya will be at home against Antalyaspor. As I was mentioning to you, if Antalya wins this match in Malatya, Antalya will make their points to 31. And then Galatasaray will drop down from 13th place. And Kayseri will host Giresunspor, and Beşiktaş will be at home against Altay. This is a very crucial match for both teams. Altay is in a very relegation zone team, the second from the bottom with 22 points. On the other hand, Beşiktaş needs to win because they just blew a match this past weekend when they were winning 1-0 at home, and then they gave that game because of what? The rookie coach. Yes, the rookie Undertaker coach made a huge mistake in that past weekend, week 25. That's all I have to say. On Sunday, there are 4 matches. Gaziantep will host Adana Demirspor. This should be a very good match. Alanyaspor and will host Trabzonspor. This is another match, probably match of the weekend. Alanya will be at home against Trabzonspor. Fatih Karagümrük will be at home against Sivasspor. Fenerbahçe will host Hatay. And this should be a very good match too. On Monday, as I mentioned to you a little while ago, and Göztepe will be at home against Galatasaray. Göztepe with 27 points. Galatasaray with 29 points. Torrent hasn't won a match in there ever since he has been with the team. He has 3 losses and 2 draws. This is a must-do-or-die match for both teams, and it's going to be something to see. And after these matches, there will be February 22nd, Tuesday. There will be matches, postponed matches played. Başakşehir Konyaspor match and Gaziantep and Yeni Malatya matches will be played also. And then after that, March 1st, Turkish Cup quarterfinal matches coming up, ladies and gentlemen. Trabzon will face Mart on Tuesday, Antalyaspor. On Wednesday, Beşiktaş will host Kayserispor. Sivasspor will be at home against Fatih Karagümrük. On Thursday, Alanya will host Gaziantep. So this is it. We'll talk to you after week 26 matches. Stay tuned. Listen to my podcast wherever you listen to your podcast. You've been listening to TurkishSoccer.com's Turkish Football Podcast. My name is Ahmet Bob Turgut. See you next time. Bye-bye.